Hey beautiful souls, Yvette here with TrueHealingSource.com. It's been a while. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a meridian tapping code to help bring the mind and body into a state of calm and ease. This particular meridian tapping code came to me this morning as I was sitting down for a morning meditation. And something felt right to bring this to you and share this information with you to see if it would be really beneficial for you and bringing your mind and body into a state of calm and ease. We're always going through things in this particular time-space reality. I mean, it shouldn't just be this time-space reality because it seems like it's always in history where somebody somewhere is always going through some kind of an upset. We're experiencing it, whether it's in our own personal life with our family or job, or through other people watching it on the news, or other people that we interact with during the day. And so at different times where bodies, just being a human, we're going to be brought into a state of anxiety or upset at some point. Something's going to cause that for us. And there's many different ways to release that, depending on the way you choose to live. And sometimes it's beneficial to have something to help you bring your mind and body into a state of calm. So let's go ahead and, I want to go ahead and share this with you today. If you're familiar with energy tapping or meridian tapping, this will be really simple for you, or familiar for you to actually use this particular method. When I read the tapping code for you, the meridian tapping code, I'm going to use the abbreviations. So for example, EB will be for eyebrow, OE will be for outer eye. I do have an area on my website, TrueHealingSource.com. It's got there's a self-help area, or you can print out some of the charts that have the abbreviations on them and what the actual tapping points are. The other way that you can use this is just as powerful. You can print this out on a piece of paper or on a little piece of cardstock, and you can actually read the code aloud or silently to yourself, or you can run your hand over it. Just as powerful as actually tapping out this code. I do recommend using it a few times in a row. You might notice even as I'm reading this code to you today, depending on how sensitive you are to energy release and energy medicine or energy healing, you might actually experience some releases through your body as I'm reading this code to you. There's a couple different ways that I recommend using this particular code. And one of the first ways that come to mind for myself is first thing in the morning before you even get started. A lot of times people get up right off the bat, boom, they're already in a state of stress. They know that they have a lot of things that they're going to be dealing with throughout the day that might be stress causing or anxiety causing. And so their mind is automatically in that state every single day. Kind of that neuroplasticity thing. We program ourselves every morning when we wake up the same way every single day. We expect the same experience every day, and therefore our life never shifts or changes. And so you might consider keeping this printed on a little piece of cardstock by your bed for multiple reasons, and I'll share a couple more of those in a few moments. But the first way is maybe before you even get out of bed, don't allow yourself to think about the stress and anxiety of the day. Instead, shift your mind into something that you appreciate about your life, or appreciate about your day, and then read this code or run your hand over this code multiple times and see if that helps bring your mind and body into that state of calm before you even start your day and go out into the world. It might shift your day completely as a trajectory throughout the day. The second way is to print it on a piece of cardstock, keep it in your pocket, your purse, or your wallet, and use it throughout the day when you're experiencing anxiety or stress or something that's upsetting you, and try running your hand over the code and see how it feels. Take a few deep breaths with it when you do it. Take a breath beforehand, run your hand over the code, take a couple more deep breaths as you're reading the code, and see how the energy shifts through your body. You might find that you release energy as you're reading the code to yourself. Another way is simply like I did this morning. I actually used this right before my meditation because it just happened to come to me before my meditation. And so I used it right before my meditation, and I found that it actually brought my mind and body into a state of calm before I even started my meditation. So my meditation was amazing and wonderful like normal, but I was already in that calmer state, in that place in my mind and my body before I even entered the meditation and started the meditation itself. So it was an even deeper meditation than it might have been originally. Two other ways that are great to use this for bedtime. Keep a little card printed out beside your bed like I mentioned earlier. In working with a lot of people and talking with people out in the public nowadays, I'm finding a lot of people are having much more difficulty not only falling asleep, but staying asleep and actually having restful sleep throughout the night nowadays. With so many things that are going on in the world today, specifically in the news media, and a lot of these things that are going on in the world that are causing mass fear, panic, and terror, people are finding it a lot harder not only to fall asleep, stay asleep, and have restful sleep. A lot of people are waking up in the middle of the night in a state of fear, panic, terror, anxiety, and not even realizing on a conscious level what is causing it. And so they're not able to fall back asleep, or they're having really restless sleep. You can try using this particular meridian tapping code before you go to sleep, first of all, and see if it brings your mind and body into a state of calm, just so that you can actually fall asleep in general. And then keep this card beside your bed so that you can use this in the middle of the night if you find that you're one of those people who are waking up in the middle of the night feeling fear, panic, anxiety, and terror. I do recommend not only this code, but I also have another energy meridian tapping code from QT or Quantum Techniques that I use, is the trauma code. You can keep that printed by your bed. Believe I have that on my website as well in the self-help area, that trauma code. And I also have a video on my YouTube channel that talks about how to use that particular code. It's a little extensive, so maybe I'll shorten that video and share that here as well. But you can use that trauma code as well to help you through releasing some of that trauma upset that you're experiencing. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the code, and I'm going to share this with you now, and I'm going to go ahead again and share the abbreviated version, the abbreviations of the meridian spots on the body, and you can check out my website to find out what the actual tapping spot is if you want to tap it, or you can just simply run your hand over this code. You might feel some releases as I'm reading this to you now, so I do recommend doing this when you're not driving, in case it brings your mind and body into a state of nice calm and ease. You don't want to use this while you're driving or operating machinery or anything. Use this at your own risk. Okay, this particular code again is to bring the mind and body into a state of calm and ease. So what I recommend is go ahead and take a deep breath or two before we read the code. And here we go. EB, IF, EB, LIV, A, LIV, IF, LF, IF, OE, IF, CH, A, LF, chakra pattern number 2 3 times, third eye roll, G50, and I roll. Take another breath or two, see how that feels. Again, you can have this printed out on a piece of paper. Continue running your hand over this code if you feel you need to, or even rewind the video a couple times if you feel you need to as well. I'm going to go ahead and leave this particular code in the comments below for you. I'd love to hear your comments and see how you feel after using this a few times. I'll also leave a link to my website blog at truehealingsource.com so that you can print this out on a piece of paper or a little piece of cardstock. Keep it with you again throughout the day, or by your bedside or at your desk at work, so that anytime you're not feeling in that place that's calm and instead you're feeling anxiety, try this code and see if this is beneficial for you. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Have a beautiful, amazing day. Blessings. Bye.